Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is William Hindman, and this is Just Force 911, where we look at how our public officials do their job or they completely and totally foo-bars things up. Well, guess what, guys? Another one. Wow, I know you're shocked, I can tell, because I know I am. Lincoln County, two deputies who have absolutely zero business being officers. You talk about arrogant, self-centered, sovereign citizen. That's this. That's these cops. I have. It's been a. It's been a long time since I've seen such arrogance in a law enforcement officer. These cops are so far out of control. I would be scared to even talk to the police chief because he must be a piece of work for his officers to act like this. Because remember, if the officers are bad, 99% of the time, so is your upper leadership, which would be the police chief. If they're deputies, it'd be the sheriff. We've found this over and over and over again. If you have good police officers, good deputies, you have a good sheriff or a good police chief. If they're scumbags, then 9 times out of 10, so are the top echelon. You know, it's scary that as public servants, we allow these sovereign citizens to get away with this, and it needs to stop. It really does. There's absolutely no reason for it. You know, you catch a lot more bees with honey than you do vinegar. You don't need to treat people like the way you're treating them. You know, you are a public servant. A public servant. That means you work for us, you morons. Get it through your thick skull. Because I'm telling you guys that, you know, these lawsuits pretty soon are going to go into your pension. And when they do, you guys are going to be screaming the blues. And it could have all been, you know, averted. But you have to have these scumbag cops that cost everybody a ton of money. And we're all getting tired of it. And when it comes down to where they're getting into your pensions to pay for these scumbag cops, you guys are going to be screaming the blues, man. This isn't fair. This isn't fair. Well, remember, I told you a long time ago it's coming, and it is. It's already happened on 2 cases in the United States where they got into the pension fund of the officer. And it's only going to get worse. And I think it's about time, because there's no reason why we should have to pay for scumbag officers that are sovereign citizens to think they can do whatever they want because they have qualified immunity. They're sovereign citizens, and they can do what they want. Well, times are changing, pal. And, yeah, good luck with that. Let me know how it works out for you. So let's check this video out, and let's see what you guys think. All right? Here we go.
County couple speaking out after a traffic stop went wrong. Body camera video from back in July shows an aggressive encounter with Troy police officers. 5 on your side's Laura Barcheski talked with the family this afternoon. Laura?
Mike, the Mensons tell me their whole family is traumatized after the incident, and they wanted to share what happened to them in hopes that this doesn't happen to anyone else. On July 11th.
Did you guys see where he had his papers in one hand and his wallet in the other hand to give the information to the officer? And this officer freaked out. This needs to change, guys. This is just asinine.
11th, Aaliyah and Andrew Menson were less than a mile from their home when they were pulled over by Troy police. Police say the initial stop was for speeding and improper plates. In body camera video, when the officer approaches the SUV, he asks Andrew to get out, and it immediately takes a turn.
Now look at that. In his one hand, he has his paperwork. In the other hand, he has his wallet, so he'd have his ID. There is no reason for this except that you have scumbag cops that are sovereign citizens that think they have qualified immunity and can do whatever the hell they want to, and there's no reprisals. Well, the reprisals is these people sue, and we, the taxpayer, have to pay for it. Now, gladly, that is starting to change, okay? And when it does, the cops are just going to be losing their minds.
Turn.
All right, come on back. Just relax. Relax. No, stop. Stop. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back right now. Put your hands behind your back. You're not doing it. We are calling the police. That's it. I know. That's it. Taser. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground right now. Get down. Get down.
This is all happening while his wife Aaliyah and 2 children.
Tasers are only supposed to be used in emergency uses, and this was not it. This officer should be jailed, should be in court, and should be in prison.
Are in the SUV.
You shouldn't be treating people like that. You should have told me what was going on. You should have informed me what you were going to do. You didn't. You told me to get out of the vehicle and you immediately went hands-on, and that's not cool.
During the struggle, Aaliyah started filming from inside the SUV and says she moved from seat to seat so she could keep her eyes on her husband. Officers told her to remain in the passenger seat, and when she didn't, they said they were going to arrest her.
Yanked me as hard as he could out of that vehicle, and when I say I got yanked, I felt like a rag doll in that moment, and I smacked the pavement.
And I hope these officers get jailed. I hope they get prison sentences, and I hope they're never going to be a cop again.
Head smacked the pavement, and I went fully unconscious.
Troy police said in a statement the 2 were arrested because they were not complying with the officer's orders. They go on to say the incident was disheartening and preventable. Quote, "We take this matter seriously and are fully cooperating with the Lincoln County Prosecutor's Office. The Mansons feel differently. They're traumatized and so..."
Yeah, it's the same old thing. Blah, 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 blah. We did nothing wrong. It's all because they wouldn't listen. You know what? Here, listen to this. You guys should be in prison, the cops. And if this is any way that the rest of the cops in this area act, then that means the police chief should be with them.
So are their kids.
My babies aren't sleeping. They come in and make sure we're still home, that we haven't been taken away from them again.
They believe their rights were violated and don't want this to happen to anyone else.
He needs to not be an officer anywhere. He needs to be disciplined.
And not only are they using one taser, they're using 2, which is illegal.
I reached out to the Troy Police Department for further comment, but did not hear back today. The police statement said, quote, "We are reviewing our policies and procedures to ensure they align with best practices in de-escalation and community-oriented policing." Court documents say Andrew Menson is due in court next week.
Yeah, they'll look into themselves, see if they did anything wrong. What a joke. Well, I hope that, for seriously, that both of these cops, I hope they end up in prison. I really do, because that's where they deserve to be. There is no reason why you need to tase somebody when you're just talking to them. And to go hands-on just because you can, because you're a sovereign citizen, that is bull. And I'm calling it the way I see it. If you don't like it, bite me, okay? You guys are out of line. You're getting caught up in it. And I hope you get sued, and I hope it goes against you, not the insurance company and not the great people of your county and your city. I hope they don't have to pay for it. I hope you clowns do, because you guys deserve it. There is no reason to act like that. You are a public servant. Public servant. Get that through your thick skull, you scumbag cop. All right, guys. Anyway, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Hit the bell icon so you know when I put out a new video. Share and like. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know how I'm doing for you. And leave me a comment, okay? Guys, have a great and wonderful day, and I will talk to you on the next one. Ciao.